This episode is brought to you by Cracker Anger, where your anger is inside of a cracker.
That's old news now, man. They ain't mad about that. The boy, they got their cracker back.
Oh, we have a thumbnail now. AJ Lee is back. There we go. There we go.
The thumbnail's been there.
It was not there.
It was always there. Have the people noticed? It was on the screen from when they were sending the notification when it was right there. The thing was on the goddamn screen the whole time. And then I put it up there on the top side, and it was there. It was there. It was there. It was there. Just saying. It's there.
So basically, for those that aren't aware, Marcus is a little bit wound up because he decided to tell Eric every possible way to watch the ESPN app rather than the browser, how we normally do watch-alongs. And then when questioned about it, he doubled down on it, saying that he did
and offered the same options of Apple TV.
But the question was I wrong? And I believe I still stand 100% correct.
No, if the question was, hey, Marcus, tell me every other way to watch ESPN other than the browser, then you would have been correct.
Because my question was...
No one asked about the browser.
That was my direct question. How will I watch ESPN in the browser?
Let me give you Trump hands. No one said anything. No one said anything. Okay? That means I'll win the argument when I do like this.
Wow. Anyway, welcome to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast.
Everything.
I am Eric.
No, you are Coach Eric.
I'm Coach Eric, a.k.a. the dark-skinned Wrecking Ball. I remember my nickname that I had a couple of weeks ago when I was taking out Rikishi.
Was it dark-skinned or was it just the black Wrecking Ball?
No, it's a dark-skinned Wrecking Ball.
I don't know when he became dark-skinned, as if he's not claiming he's black. I'm dark-skinned. I'm not black. Just to let y'all know. I'm just dark-skinned. I got reverse Belago.
I also agree with Kane. VPN might be the way to go.
It is the only way to go, man. Fuck all that.
That was not one of the options you gave me, though.
I did not give you that option. I said go to ESPN.com. Or you can just, or do what I did. Yeah, I said everything. I gave options. I gave options, okay? I'm not a person that just gives you one way to get to your route and your destination. I give you multiple ways.
Do that again, Eric.
I'm calling it play, man.
He's Black on Anderson. I knew it.
Bang.
Bang.
Anyway, I'm joined by Lord Manny Hayes, who did not introduce himself. And
I didn't introduce myself.
And
Marcus the Great,
who should never be in tech support because he'll give you every answer but the one that you need him to give you an
answer
for.
Hey, the only person that I need in tech support appears in the chat, and his name is JK Smush. I may give him some trouble of being an IT tech, and that I sometimes may know better than the IT techs, but nonetheless, he is our IT tech.
In JLG, we will talk about AJ Lee's return and how it was not surprising, but it took place. But
anyway, the intention? What the intention? Anyway, I'll jump into it later.
This week, I tried. I pulled the straws. I had really no news to talk about. So I just have to ask you guys this question. For the United States, I think the top two cities, and you can debate which order it is Chicago and New York for wrestling fans. I think Chicago might be number one. I could be wrong in that situation. But who is number three? Who is number three, Marcus, in the United States?
Number three?
I just want to know who's number two.
Who's number two?
I think New York is number two.
I don't know.
Wait.
You are in New York because I feel like Philly is a lot more louder.
So Philly, you think Philly beat New York?
I don't think Philly beats New York.
No, because it depends where you are in New York.
I think Brooklyn and Garden is
because
New
if you're speaking the whole of New York, I don't think they can be considered number two.
Well, I'm just speaking of as for wrestling audiences when we have show, like the energy that Chicago brought was a good energy.
No, but I understand what Betty said. He's talking about like if they're the Nassau Coliseum or something. But when you're in the Garden, or if you're in Brooklyn, they got some rowdy crowds there. Those are real crowds. But they are either one or two.
JLG, we know it ain't Los Angeles. Los Angeles is probably at the bottom. We probably like the bottom crowd.
We have some trash reactions.
We trash.
I don't know what you want respect for. You can't even go to a basketball game and get good reactions. Hell, I go to playoff basketball games and get bad reactions.
So, audience that I want to,
yes,
we're not going to do Puerto Rico.
They do count as America.
One audience I would like to say is that I think the Carolinas actually, either they show out.
Fuck them.
And JLG, that's not the correct spelling of trader. Trader, that is a trader that someone will trade you goods. You're looking for the word traitor, which is TRAITOR.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Betty, in this English educational moment.
Manny,
Thank you.
Because you know what, Manny? I read it as the same way.
Yeah, I knew what he was talking about.
I knew exactly what he had. Trader.
No, but that implies when you go, that means that implies Trader Joe's is a traitor.
He wasn't. I knew it.
So
always thought they were trading with their prices.
So Manny,
you're going against Ralph's.
So you put New York over Chicago?
No, Chicago's loud, but I think Chicago's probably one of these most spoiled wrestling towns.
Oh yeah, but Betty, I know how you feel about people, but we can all agree that Chicago's number one. Marcus, did you agree with that?
Yeah, man. If you say that Chicago is spoiled, Betty, they're spoiled because they're such a good crowd.
I think number 2 is New York, but I just don't know what number 3 is. Is it Vegas? Would that
Texas.
be the West Coast?
Texas?
No.
Texas, man. You underrate those early crowds back in the day in Texas. It may not be as loud as it used to be.
You guys are not putting Philly
yeehaw.
in your top 3?
No, Philly. Oh, Philly's top maybe 5, but I don't think they're top 3.
What about
Philly?
Florida?
I think they're
Philly's only good when they're in small arena.
No, they were good at WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, how could you not be at probably the greatest ending to a WrestleMania ever? It's really rough. It's really hard to be shitty at a WrestleMania 40. I'm just saying.
I think number 3 is really hard. To the chat, for the American crowd, I mean,
Puerto Rico.
Where does Puerto Rico come from?
Yeah. Don't you do this to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico loves it. Texas.
I don't think Texas.
Maybe Atlanta. Georgia?
You know, Atlanta's a pretty good.
Oh, no, I don't think Georgia's better than Philly.
So will we argue that they're all located on the East Coast? Because I think Philly is a really good crowd.
Philly is a good crowd.
I also like I like North Carolina. I think Carolina's a good. I think they get
I got Texas over the Carolinas.
You do. So that's your so would you say Texas is the best crowd on the West Coast?
Yeah, West Coast / South. I don't know how they consider themselves these days.
Well, no one knows.
South, surely.
So no. Sometimes, man, I don't know. Texas is huge, and you can go to Southern Texas and you'd be like, oh, that's the South. But somewhere in the middle of there, like Austin, Texas, oh man, they too woke.
I think I'm okay with Chicago, New York, Philly. I think that's a very good thing. San Diego is not a bad crowd, especially if Rey Mysterio gonna be there.
Have you ever been to a San Diego wrestling show?
I have. Yeah,
shit, you have.
Yeah,
you son of a bitch.
No mercy.
Damn that wife of yours.
Yeah, they're actually a really good crowd.
Wife of yours.
Damn her.
Yeah,
you're right.
They're pretty good.
You got to check out Batista's muscles with those guys.
Yeah, that was the day they used to go, oh my God, Randy. Oh my God, Batista, they're so buff.
They're so buff.
Seattle. I don't remember anything Seattle has done.
Seattle had a great WrestleMania, but I can't remember any other.
No.
It's the Seiko Field show, but
you know. Indianapolis is a good crowd.
But let me tell you this.
Okay.
You give me a small arena crowd in America, I think they compete with anybody in the world.
So, Manny, you being our European correspondent, who in Europe has the best crowd?
Well, I firstly want to talk about the French crowd because
here we go.
I can't. I was at Pro Wrestling Eve last night, and every 2 count, it was ruined for me because internally I had that Sacrement shit in my head. Would not stop.
It's France too much.
They went France too hard. They did France too hard. I don't like it.
I feel like
France is definitely the best crowd in Europe.
Wow. Wow.
It is.
Wow,
Yeah.
Manny.
But you know what the problem with France is? I think they overdo it. They overdo it. I think they take away from the show because they start doing waves and they don't care about what's going on. They're just happy to be there.
But because they don't get it
The quote
often, so
Andre-
is that why?
Yeah, that's true. The quote Andre 3000. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all just want to dance.
But I do feel like Chicago is that consistent. No matter if it's WWE, AEW, NXT, they go bring that same energy. Like they love them some wrestling. Might be the best wrestling town in our entire country. It just could be. I don't know why. And I feel like I will not experience wrestling until I go to Chicago and see a wrestling show. Might not never go back again, but I think I have to do that.
But they got nothing to cheer for. Otherwise, who's going to cheer for the Bears?
All
Okay,
that team
Becky.
suck, like
Okay,
Becky
Becky
said.
Lynch.
All your team
All right.
suck. The White Sox, the Cubs,
But you know what? That's
the
actually
Bears.
that's actually
Rollins
a very
is
good,
a Bears fan. That's the problem.
no, that's actually a very good transition to this conversation because when I was watching, SmackDown, we're going to talk about SmackDown later, but it's just that, like how some wrestlers just have that aura that you just watch, like John Cena, Becky Lynch, Lesnar, Roman Reigns. And I'm just thinking that, like, when they're on the
I don't know
screen,
if Becky's on that level, but okay.
Becky was so entertaining interacting
She's
with
entertaining,
CM
but
Punk.
I'm not putting her in the. She has aura like that.
No, she's very charismatic.
I would believe Rhea Ripley has more aura just standing there than Becky Lynch.
But I think that's because people like the exotic look of her. But Rhea don't really say anything
Exotic. There's nothing
Yeah.
exotic. That is gothic, and there's nothing exotic about that.
Kind of exotic, man. She's not showing. She's
Manny.
more butt cheeks these days. Man.
Manny, she's androgynous. She kind of got the male vibe. She got a lot going on for her. She's checking a lot of boxes for a lot of people. But
Still, though, I would describe that as exotic.
okay, whatever. But my question, like, do we have any up and coming people that has that type of level that, because Seth ain't
aura?
got it. Like I don't think
it. You mean the it factor?
the it factor, the Marcus, the
Do you know
airport
how
test.
hard? Do you know how hard? This ain't the airport test. Airport test, you just look at somebody and go, they somebody. I'm just saying. Oh, but it's hard to tell when you're living through it, and then you got to go away. Like Roman was walking around at the Shield, and you go like, that might be something.
They were gonna figure Roman out eventually. They were gonna figure him out, and then I think for me,
Man, at one point, Baron Corbin had the it factor. That shit went away with his hair.
Bishop Dyer will not take pile drivers. He's gonna protect his neck to be with his family, and I stand by that man. But I think for me, Roman took that next stage doing
Like he was
COVID.
convicted of murder.
When Roman started talking shit, that's when Roman just became, the man. Like when I think his character became an extension of who he is. Although I think Joe's a nice guy in real life, I think he could be an arrogant prick at the same time. But I don't think there's anybody in either company that I'll be like, you know what? This guy right here, he's that man. And I'm just like, or he's that woman. Or she's that woman. I don't know if we, especially going with NFL showing up right now, I don't know if there's anybody on TV must watch.
Well, you know what? I think it changes when you get older with age. The older you get, the less important. Once you realize these are just normal people, man. These are just normal people. When you're growing up and younger and they're older than you, and you go, wow, look at The Rock. Now these are just normal people, man. These are old.
Mark, you sound like a hater.
Kids.
You
These
sound
just
like a
kids.
hater.
These just kids. I'm just saying, these are just kids. Okay? To the younger generation, Eric, they will see Alexa Bliss and maybe get teared up about that shit. Okay? That's where they at. Or they'll see who showed up this week. I can't think of anybody. I'm blanking. I'm tired. But
Okay, let me go. Mark,
I think at a certain age, people lose aura to me because I realize they just ordinary people.
But while you try to wake up, I'm gonna go to Manny. Manny, you spend a lot of time at Pro Wrestling Eve, where you see a lot of up and coming, young superstars who are aspiring to be, big superstars, pro wrestlers. Do you see anything, or do you notice anything that make the characteristics to see somebody move to that next level? Being so close to the independent talent.
I mean, it's different because when you actually speak to these people, you, like Marcus said, they are just regular people, and like you actually have normal conversations with a lot of these people. Like I saw ex-wrestler last night that's starting to train again. Like they remembered me off the bat, just like even remember my name and stuff like that. But then we start talking about dogs for like 10 minutes. So like they are just regular people at the end of the day. So
Manny, when you start talking about dogs, you bring up Dog the Bounty Hunter as your favorite dog of all time.
no, because my favorite dog is always Junkyard Dog.
Because you like to see a black man in chains, huh?
Oh, he got him.
He did
He did it. He did it. He did it. He did it.
Kane in
But,
the
yeah.
chat said, "Oh, go ahead, continue, Manny."
But the only person like that I felt that kind of aura off of is Will Ospreay, but that's because he's high profile. Whereas like some of the women in Eve are on the come up. Like Alex Windsor, even if she wasn't attached to Will Ospreay, would have made it to AEW or WWE at some point. You could just see it in her when she was wrestling. There's a lot of talent that they're not looked at they're not looked at the bigger companies just yet. But they if you give them a few years, they'll probably be up there, whether it's their preference or not. But like I don't. Aura's got a tough one to judge because Aura is only measured by how many times you see them on TV and what kind of stories they're portraying and how big a company is behind them. You don't naturally have that aura. That's kind of like manifested a lot of the time.
And Marcus, I know you already mentioned Rhea going in, and I think Rhea is one of those people who could reach that icon status because she's already there at this moment. Is there anybody else that you see that can take this role and, just usher in the next generation? Kane says Braun Breaker. JLG says Carmelo Hayes. I don't know what he's smoking. First he starts with Los Angeles, and now he's got Carmelo, but okay.
Well, I don't know. If you're in the airport, you're looking over Carmelo Hayes a lot. Who? Where? Carmelo Hayes?
Mello?
Did that guy get the right for free? He's a child size.
Oh, let me also point out, I don't understand why WWE keeps trying to throw Josh Briggs down my throat. He ain't it. He ain't it.
That's the opposite of aura.
He ain't it. Stop it.
That is go away.
Fuck.
But hold on, I'm going to pivot the conversation because I want to bring up something that Manny brought up in the pre-show.
Fucking Josh Briggs. Fucking asshole. Anyway, go ahead, Mark.
Breathe, please.
I'm sorry.
Please, my brother, please.
I've
Contain yourself.
been
Contain yourself.
I've been
Ain't nobody talking about no Josh Briggs. All right, nobody talking about. If I'm going to talk about a Briggs here, it's Scotty Briggs.
I don't know, man. That's just where your complexion gets you success, and I just don't understand why he there. Let him go. Let him go. Boo boo. Talking to a black man like he was talking to a black man. Faking to be the Undertaker. Fuck that dude.
He was out of line. DLG has Carmelo Hayes being the next HBK. Mark his words. You know what? I don't know how to mark someone's words, but I'm going to do this. Consider it marked. Because I am a mark, and I'm going to mark these words, okay?
Not even Mark. You just consider it Mark, the name.
Hi,
I'm Mark.
Hey, nice to meet you, Mark. Manny, so we were talking about wrestlers who should be retired in the pre-show.
Yes.
And you said it should be Kenny. And I will argue with you. For your argument, you saying Kenny should retire because you don't want to see Kenny get hurt. He looks beat up and all that stuff.
I just think what he's dealing with is a lot more serious, and the way he wrestles, I think he could do some serious damage to himself. And I think me saying he should retire is kind of one of those. This is for your well-being, not because you can't do it. I just don't want to be responsible for you.
Mate, would you say that he's in that Bryan Danielson category for you right now? It's like, hey, you need to stop doing that.
Let me finish my point.
I think so.
Let me finish my point. Would you consider Will, who I believe is just a Kenny clone, essentially, or the upgrade, is doing the same route? Will Ospreay has had like numerous neck surgeries. He's beating himself up just like Kenny, the same way, going out having 5 to 6 star, 8-star matches, whatever number they own now these days.
But you don't. The thing is with him, he could be going down that path, but you don't know. You don't know if he, when he has this neck surgery, you don't know how well he's going to come out of it, because once you have that neck surgery, you tend to be different, unless you're Bryan Danielson, who's continued to do it, and then look at the situation. Look where he's at now. It's bad.
Yeah, but do you think Will has that discipline? I don't think. I think he has the Danielson disease or the Omega disease.
I think Will is so invested in AEW that he wants to please and actually live up to the hype Tony Khan presents AEW as, and I do think he is a danger. I do think he may be a danger to himself. But you don't know the situation until he has that surgery. I remember the reason Kenny's been written off TV to go to Japan to see a doctor there.
Yeah, I don't believe he has the discipline, and I think that he's going down the same route of I have to put on a great show for the people, in which I don't think he has what I like to call the break, known as Okada or Nakamura, where it's like, I'm getting the bag now, I can slow down. Or even an AJ break, where AJ is kind of just like coasting. But not like coasting, but like not trying to go out there and disappoint anybody or put on bad matches, but not going out there risking their life essentially every single match.
But do you think that's because it's a product of his work environment, where in AEW it's like a little bit of the indies where you're going out there trying to put on the best match possible without even worrying about if your body is going to be okay, compared to WWE? They do take risk, but they try to make the risk mean something, where it's at maybe a PLE or, a special event. It's not like every match that you do, you're out there flipping and going through stuff, because like there's some throwaway matches on AEW where Ospreay is doing things and you're like, you really didn't need to do that for this television match, but this is the style that he knows. Like, I don't think they have anybody in their locker room that says, hey man, you might want to slow down to protect yourself going forward.
So who would you rather have on your roster, Eric? You're building a wrestling company, and this goes back to the age-old conversation, the great argument from Talking Smack. Someone like The Miz, who will wrestle probably for the rest of his life and never get hurt, similar to the Jeff Jarrett or even Jerry the King Lawler or some shit like that. Or would you rather have a Bryan Danielson or Omega or an Ospreay, something like that, who they need to go for broke. They need to go for broke on all their matches.
I think it really depends on the audience that you're going for. I will tell you this right now. In my wildest dreams, when I used to watch the Road Rules and stuff like that.
Please don't tell us about your wildest dreams.
In my wildest dreams, I never thought that Mike Mizanin would be successful. Didn't think that he would have the longevity that he's had and the success that he's had in his career. And I know people say that he's boring and he doesn't wrestle like all that good stuff. But this man not only main evented WrestleMania, but he married Maurice. And if I had to pick a career, I kind of feel like I'd rather have Maurice than a Bella twin. That's just me.
Wait, what does that come down to?
I think it comes down to your wife choices. It comes down to your wife choices.
That's not...
Marcus.
Huh?
I'm going to answer the same question.
Yes.
Who would I take? I'm going to ask you first. Who's my idol?
Is she?
Well, it's not Ishii or Hakushi, you son of a bitch. It's Shotzi Blackheart, obvious. No, your idol is John Cena.
No, it's not. My idol is Scrooge McDuck. My idol is Scrooge McDuck because I love that money.
You didn't say it was not wrestling. You didn't say it was not wrestling.
I will have to take one of those three you listed because they are your money makers. The Miz is great. The Miz is great at doing. He'll do everything you ask him to. He will do all the appearances you ask him to. But he isn't gonna. He isn't the one that's gonna bring people in, and he isn't the one that's gonna bring you all the money. Those three you listed are your show ponies. They're gonna bring you the money.
Yeah, but so wait, who are the show ponies again?
I think Ospreay is
Ospreay, Danielson, the ones that go all out.
I think I think Ospreay, is a show pony to a wider audience, but I think that his style is very detrimental to himself, because like if you made me pick between Ospreay and Roman, I'm taking Roman. And Roman don't even do 1/4 of what Ospreay does in the ring.
Wait.
Roman's the Kawhi Leonard of wrestling.
No, he's there. He ain't taking $28 million on the side. He ain't taking $28 million on the side.
I wasn't talking about that. I walked into that, and I wasn't even thinking about that.
He ain't taking $28 million on the side.
Let that man get his money.
Mark, let me tell you this, Marcus.
Coach Eric, I know you're deep in the NBA right now. You're being the assistant coach and all, and you're hanging around Doc Rivers. I just want you to pause for a minute. That was not my intent of this conversation.
Nope.
I was talking about when Wyatt shows up.
Marcus,
he's a man.
Let me tell you this. There's nothing like trying to cheat and circumvent the salary cap, and you still ain't made it to the finals. That's a failure. $28 million.
Then why y'all bothering us?
Mark, and you know what? And I knew you ain't never liked Pablo Torre, and he did this to you. He did that to you.
No, I never had a problem with Pablo Torre until today, and I realized that he's just punching down. He punches down. Let us live our life. We ain't won nothing. If we win something, then come back and get us. Okay? You go into the steroid people era when people were going to win
steroid people era.
Yeah, I'm talking about in baseball. You go after people who are going to win. Fuck all the people who losing. Who cares?
Kane says you would say Cody is the Miz type. I think Cody is the Miz type, but I think that he got a lot of rub. Type. I think he got a lot of rub from being with the elite in them, like what they did with AEW, and I think that's why he gets a little extra boost. And then JLG says you need the Flash when you don't have the personality or charisma to get over. Agree or disagree? I agree. I think so. Yeah, I think Will actually has all of it. I don't think Will would have been successful in WWE because I don't think he likes the restrictions that WWE would have tried to put on him.
I think he would have been okay.
When he talks on AEW, you feel for the man. He just feels like one of the people.
Yeah, he's good.
Like when he was talking about his neck, he felt like one of the people. Whereas like there's certain times when you watch someone on WWE, like I can't relate to you.
But you
DIY at this current moment.
Like, oh no, my God! DIY was on TV and Shantae said, "Who the hell are those guys?" I said, "Oh wow!" Like she was so like, "What are they doing?" Like literally, I don't know what went through her mind, but she was like, "Who the hell are those?" And she normally don't ask. But I think that the problem with AEW in the situation is that they have great performers and they got great in-ring talents, but availability is an issue. Two of their biggest stars, Swerve and Ospreay, are on the shelf right now, and that's dangerous. Moxley, if you like Moxley or not, I don't know how his style of wrestling doesn't get him injured more because maybe he just played himself.
Well, no, because he does physical stuff. But he isn't going all out on his neck or anything like that. He mostly just takes stuff that will cut you and scratch you. Like he stab himself. Like you're okay after a stabbing, apparently. Of getting poked or like fall into some nails or something. You're okay at that. Yes, it hurts like hell, but you really can't get seriously injured from falling on thumbtacks. You can't. Unless it gets in your eye. My eye is hurt.
But if you use real glass, you can. Now,
I'm going to add this. I think the perfect wrestler falls in between these two people, and I could be wrong. It falls in between your Will Ospreay, who can, besides the athletics and all that stuff, he can talk you into a match. The man can cut a promo. He's skillful at that. And maybe, and I know you guys are going to probably disagree with this, Seth Rollins in the ring. Seth Rollins, I'm talking about current Seth Rollins. Now that he's, his knees ain't as good as they used to be. Now he's athletic. But his style is pretty safe. He can go out there and give you a good match with anybody. And you fall in that category. Yes, he's not the most entertaining thing, but in between Ospreay and Rollins, you may have the perfect wrestler.
That's be John Cena.
Yes, about it.
It's John Cena. I mean, like, John Cena ain't the greatest wrestler, but he ain't the worst wrestler. But the man cuts a promo, and I think we should just I want to just jump into Smackdown right now. And Manny, I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't like this John Cena tour. You know why? Because I like when wrestlers just go away and have a final match because I'm actually beginning to miss John Cena. Like, every time he goes in the ring, like, I felt... That's the
whole point of the tour.
I don't like it. He was giving his speech about this is his last time in Chicago.
Eric. Well, let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
It's well documented that you attend therapy now.
Yes.
Do you think now that you're slightly in touch with your own feelings and you're opening up wounds and stuff in therapy that this John Cena tour may be affecting you more differently if he wasn't going to therapy?
It might be. I'm a little bit more sensitive. Manny, it's one of those things. Wrestlers just kind of go away. they don't never have the tour. It's like, oh, this is my last match. We hype up the last match. But like literally John Cena is going for like, he got what, 8 dates left or something like that. And like
No,
in the
less than that.
Chicago,
I think like 6.
yeah, but in the Chicago crowd, he was cutting the promo. He was talking history. And then like, it was like, fuck, this is like legit. John Cena about to walk away. It's like, and I don't think he's coming back. Like it's like you know, like everybody always comes back. I don't think he's coming back. And you're just sitting there like, what the fuck? And then like, I felt like a Chicago crowd member because like it's like, fuck you, Sammy. Why are you interrupting this great man who gave so much in professional wrestling? Let this man have the time to talk.
He was giving him a title shot.
I understand what they were
He was
doing.
doing it for a good reason. Sammy had no reason to get booed this segment. These people were out of line. They were out of line.
No, but the thing was, it was just like one of those moments like, fuck, we were visiting when he had his first match with Kurt Angle in Chicago. Then he had that match. It was like one of those things where they pulled into the vault of the long history of WWE, and it made me feel something. And I think that's what's so important in professional wrestling, that you want to feel something. You know it's fake. You know it's scripted. But when you feel something, it's magical. And I feel the end of John Cena, and it's bothering me because I wasn't even a big John Cena fan, but I feel it.
But so you go over the years.
Will you be crying with me on John Cena's last match?
JLG, I did complain on Kobe's farewell tour. I was very sad about that shit. I was mad.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring. I was going to compare it to other sports like Kobe's or D Wade had a farewell tour. I know you're not the biggest D Wade, but like athletes sometimes get the final farewell tour and they get the gifts on everything and all that. But wrestling
Kobe
is a
and Tim
different
Duncan was
medium
hard, man. It was hard.
because wrestling, when you think about it, it's the only show on television where characters are their own individual show, if you know what I mean. Like, this is the series finale of John Cena.
Yeah.
That's where you're at. And you're going like, this character isn't coming back. That's Eric said.
No,
he ain't coming back. He wanna go get that. He said he's going to get milk. He ain't coming back.
No. It's like, he's going to be Will Smith just standing there where his daddy at. No, it's sad because like, you know, all wrestlers come back. How many times have we seen Ric Flair since he quit? How many times?
I got to go see Ric Flair. I almost teared up on Ric Flair's last match with Shawn Michaels. And then the cat came back the very next day.
But Manny,
go away.
But man, hear me in this situation. There's really no reason for John Cena to ever come back. Like, he's in Hollywood now. John Cena don't need to come back. We will. The farewell tour will be the end.
Can we argue
This is one of the first times WWE really did a farewell tour.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Ric Flair got one for the when the IC title run, and Vince gave him that. And
No, but that was the whole thing. Is like you got to keep winning to stay around here. That was kind of his farewell tour. And then his final match was against Shawn Michaels, and then it was like, oh, you're done.
Shawn didn't have one, but it was over because it still was shocking that he lost the Undertaker. It was like, oh. Mick Foley almost had one when he was feuding with Triple H, but he kept coming back. There's a few people that are out there. I believe this John Cena farewell tour, though. I can argue this is the first Mount Rushmore farewell tour we've ever had. That could potentially in the Mount Rushmore.
Jimmy says, I agree with Eric in that I was in my feels watching the segment and the match that resulted, but it actually made me more mad that Brock is coming back. I don't think Brock needs to be a part of it. In so many ways, I do feel that way. And first of all, Michael Cole was fucking up. Thank God for Corey. Because I was like, how did Michael Cole mix the angle slam and called it a back suplex? And
I was upset about that. I was
like,
why.
what are you doing? Because like
the man's going through the catalog.
Let me tell you something right now. John Cena and Sammy, they was cooking. They was writing a novel, man. They was going with all the novelty moves. I mean, John Cena was doing the moves of all his rivals and shit. I was like, wow, he did a spear. I was so invested in this match, and I don't understand why. Because he leaving, y'all. I feel like R-Truth. He's gone.
So, I believe Brock needs to be there. Because John Cena, I know, with all the scandal and everything going on with Brock and whatnot, John Cena requested for Brock Lesnar to be his final
Allegedly.
And on top of that, it is fitting. They are part of the OVW class, in which it's Randy, Brock, and Shelton Benjamin who hurt people right now.
But the thing
and Batista, but he's too skinny.
Yeah, Batista.
But think about it though.
Batista out there looking like some badass auntie.
Whether you like Brock or not, Brock is still one of those people that make you be like, well, shit, he's here.
Yeah,
it's
Brock is Cena. I won't call him Cena's greatest rival, but I would say he's probably his doomsday and his person that has whooped John Cena up the most
You know
in
who I'm
any
mad
John
at right
Cena
now?
run.
You know who I'm mad at right now? I'm really mad at this
Few
man.
people.
I'm mad at Adam Copeland. You could have been a part of this, but you decided you want to chase glory in AEW and look like an old weathered man.
Well,
when
he's
you
under
could've-
contract, Derek.
Huh?
He didn't know John Cena was going to do this at the
No,
end.
but Betty, he wanted dates. He thought he was still a legit wrestler that could wrestle and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, the fact that John Cena can't fight all his rivals, it's like, damn.
He
Like,
fought enough of them, though. He got Punk. He got Randy. And you know it's not much left in the tank anyway.
I know.
So,
although he looked good against Sammy. Sammy carried that match. Although
he
Sammy
looked
got
good
booed for
against-
no reason.
he
Sammy
looked
got
good
booed
against
for no
Sa-
reason.
No, John Cena has turned it up. Ever since the Cody match at SummerSlam, he's turned it up.
Do you not think that John Cena should remain the champion, given that Cody has not been on SmackDown, and the match against Drew McIntyre is not even going to happen at WrestlePalooza now? It's going on for forever.
Manny, I actually thought John was going to win the U.S. title. I was like, why not have? He made that title. That was his belt. That's what. When I think of John Cena, I know he was I remember him with his U.S. title, his spinner belt. He was out there doing the job. Like the story that Sammy told was this was. I don't know who wrote this shit. I don't think it was Triple H.
You know what's funny about that? The US title run that John Cena originally had was less than a year.
Yeah, but you know what, Betty? It felt like something every week. John Cena had two moments in his career that I think made him likable. Mr. Thugonomics, and then the US title run. And then after that, I believe there's a lot of hate from my part and a lot of the WWE universe. A lot of that, Cena sucks and all that.
Cena
and between
sucks,
all that, and I'm in between all of that, you know. And then the US title run was the one that made you go, you know what? He's a really good wrestler. He's a good guy. This is really good run. And then that's when I think that's when the flip happened, where people were chanting you, Cena sucks, but they were going, well, look at this shit. Like it was a turn.
You don't rank highly when he got on that microphone and said, "We have compromised Osama bin Laden."
I'm with JK in this situation though. I would love to see AJ versus John Cena again, but I don't think we're getting that.
Not in the card. No, John said whenever he does like a wrestler's move, he knows he's not going to fight them in their final match, and this is their tribute to them. So that's why he did In the Days. That's why he's doing Styles clashes and ankle locks and ankle slams. I'm sure we're going to get Sister Abigail in one of these matches as well. So
Marcus,
I don't think he's got a rotation in him.
Don't say that, Marcus.
He's going to throw it there.
That might bring it to. I don't care.
I think Brock is getting Abigail's kiss.
But I don't know. I don't care what Bo is doing to his brother. Like, but if he did a sister, man, is he going?
He gonna do it.
Is he gonna do Nikki Bella finisher?
No, because you can look, but you can't. Maybe he'll tell her you can look, but you can't touch.
Nikki Bella had beef with Wade Barrett.
What was that?
I just want to point out.
I don't know. Stupidest story. It was like a blinkety eye. What's this? I don't care. I still don't care. Why
I want to say, honestly, for me, Nikki Bella might have been the worst side that WWE has made because it has created nothing but controversy and people talking bad shit about Nikki Bella, and I still don't know what she brings to the table. I just don't.
The Bella Army is light, y'all. The Bella Army is light, and I don't think it brings much to the table.
So,
I think the end of her career was when she missed the insecurity that I believe it's Becky's fault for not being there and whatever Becky was doing. But Nikki missing that was the epitome of her whole career. Right there.
So Manny, did you enjoy the match, and were you upset with the Brock Lesnar involvement, or did you want an ending to the match?
I'm okay with there not being an ending to this match. It's not like we're gonna look back at it and go, you know what, John Cena could have won a US title here. John Cena has achieved everything except that Intercontinental title. But I didn't need an ending to this match. It is nice that you're getting somewhat of a build to this Brock Lesnar match for it to be done with, and then it just makes you wonder, who is the guy? Who is the guy that's gonna retire John Cena?
I got a final guy.
Now, Mark,
I've got a guy.
Before you go,
I got a guy.
Mark, before you go, 'cause I'm gonna ask you questions too. Manny, I just need to know, would you have booed Sammy in that situation if you were in that audience?
No, because you have let that man speak before he gets to the point for you to boo him. They were just booing him for the sake of booing him. Sammy didn't say anything bad. Sammy didn't even say anything bad at that point.
He was actually he was very gracious. Now, Marcus, you said that you have an idea who his final opponent is, and Marcus, I need to know: would you have booed Sammy in that situation before you tell me who that opponent is?
I would have, because I'm a follower and a part of a tribe, but I would have definitely booed and I would have also cheered. So that's kind of, I know how I am. I know the person I am.
Can I ask a question though? Are you disappointed
Jesus
that KO is hurt, suffering with a neck injury? Because I wouldn't mind seeing John and KO one last time.
It's not the last one. You going John and KO?
No, I said I wouldn't mind seeing him. I don't think he's the last one.
Oh, who you got being the last one?
I don't know who the last one is. Is it
Just
Roman?
give me your last one.
Is it Roman?
Could be. Who you got? You going Roman? It's your guess. Just get a guess.
I'm gonna go Roman. I ain't got nobody else.
Manny, who you got?
Gunther.
Damn.
So I don't think Gunther gets the spot. As much as I like Gunther, I don't think he gets the spot. It doesn't help him. So, and JLG, you brought the Rocky too skinny. But however, I think there's two people who could get it, but I would prefer to see one. Number one, I think Braun Breaker should get it. He's a young guy. It's basically the next John Cena as people build him up to be. I think that would be the spot for him. However, I'm just saying, John goes out there. He stands in the middle of the ring. We get a match we've never thought we would see, thought we'd never get. And I ain't talking Tanahashi. I'm talking bigger than that. I'm talking about a man that ran over a woman at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. If the glass breaks and it's Steve Austin for the final match, I'm just saying.
Why'd you need
dream match?
I'm saying
it's a dream match that has never happened.
I don't need
Never
it.
even considered. I'm just saying.
Marcus,
That's a final match.
Marcus, I would feel better if his final match, and I know it can never happen. In my make-believe world, Marcus, if his final match was against Kurt Angle, I think that would be the way that he started.
Kurt Angle can't go anymore and say he ain't.
I said I know it can't happen, but I mean, if you can end his match the way that it started, I think that would be better. I just don't, Mark. I understand that you are a huge Steve Austin fan. I'm not a big Steve Austin fan like that. I don't need that personally. I just don't.
I know. I'm telling you, that glass breaks, man. I think the crowd would appreciate that more.
No, I just don't. I don't think that. Like Kevin Owens was the man that made that Austin match work at WrestleMania. The state John Cena's in and the state Steve Austin's in. I don't think this match. I don't want to watch something that be like, do you know what? Damn, that was John Cena's last match. Damn, that was tragic.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things. But backstage, let me ask this question too. They SmackDown, Manny, you being our European resident, and they just got finished completing the tour over there, and let's just say it was a pretty lackluster. I think they put presentations of shows on there. As a person seeing this show that they put on in Chicago, would you be upset about what shows you got in Europe? Because I would be pissed.
Why? That whole show was leading. It was booked to be that way. It's not like if you were to have, for instance, AJ Lee to return in just France or something, it would mean nothing.
That's true. That's true.
Like this whole show was built around AJ Lee returning in Chicago.
So, some other little things
you had to
happened.
do that, but the Brock thing was a surprise. But the Brock thing could have happened anyway.
Do you think, Marcus, I don't go to you with this one because it was a backstage segment that took place where Carmelo's trying to get a shot at the U.S. title, but
we talking about other stories on this.
Yeah, I'm Marcus, because this was actually a really well-written show for this fucking stuff they didn't care. But
They cared about this episode.
Miz got them a tag match. Do you think eventually Miz versus Melo could actually get Melo to a prominent, at least somewhat mid-card talent, like lower mid-card, or could you use this spot with Miz star power for somebody else? Let's say maybe a Montez.
I don't know, Eric. All I got is 3 letters, 1 word. Nah. The only thing that was helping Melo was the drain. He doesn't even carry that no more.
Right now I'm about to be a hypocrite. I was gonna fast forward this match. I wanted nothing to do with this match. It was Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. Them fuckers had a fucking good match, and I hate myself for enjoying this match. It was actually a really good match. Manny, you've been critical of Damian Priest and Aleister. What did you think of this match?
I mean, it was fine. I mean, I'd rather if I'm gonna watch two old dudes fight, I'll watch Sheamus and Rusev, which is more fun.
What about you, Marcus?
I'm telling you this, Eric. Don't remember a single moment for this match. I
Okay.
remember him kicking him. I remember that being it. Or I remember him jumping him before the match. I remember him kicking him. But there was nothing special about this match. I think there was a razor edge on top of a table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't care about this match at all.
Okay.
To be honest.
I thought it was better than what I thought it was going to be, Mark. But this match was followed by another two old men having a vignette package of Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, Marcus. Drew and Randy. Do you care about what Drew and Randy had to say?
No.
They fight next week on SmackDown.
No. They're too old. They're too old. Okay? I don't care about these old. Like, WWE got to get younger for me, man. I don't see the appeal. Randy's going to lose. Randy's been losing for like 3 years straight. This is not a feud I want to see him in. No.
So Manny, Jade Cargill says she's gonna put her foot up Tiffany's, odd storm. Are you looking forward for Jade and
I was waiting for some racist.
Jade and Tiffy next week? I mean,
No.
oh,
Jade
wow.
does not even deserve this title shot. She believes she got this. She believes she's the number one contender because she pinned someone else that wasn't the champion in a tag match.
Hey, I am always the number one contender in my mind if I'm in that locker room. And I'm one step away. The way they book matches, they ain't no win-loss records. I ain't seen nobody win-loss record on WWE in 1,000 years. So I'm always the number one contender until you tell me otherwise. So Jay's playing the card right.
So we got our first women's match of the night. It was Julia versus Michin, which I thought was a very good opponent because I think it could maybe actually have a solid wrestling match for the Chicago crowd. Kiana was interfering and doing whatever Kiana James does in the back.
I'm going to strike to the referee.
Why do
I'm
you
going to strike to the referee.
Huh?
I'm going to strike to the referee. Kiana James should have been thrown out of the match very early on in this match. And the reason she should have been thrown out, she came out in the knee brace. Ref, she's planning on doing something. She's planning on doing something. She's planning on getting athletic and physical. She came out in that knee brace. No one just walks around in a knee brace if they don't plan on doing nothing. I would have threw you out on principles. You don't come out in that skirt knee brace. You out your mind. You killed you think you're a Steve Austin.
And Manny,
Yes.
and Manny, so following this match though, I'm disappointed in myself because I want to know if you agree with me. Cowboy Charlotte was actually not bad looking. I was like,
every episode about Charlotte's
this was
outfit.
good Charlotte. This was good Charlotte. And I was
good
like,
Charlotte.
what the hell?
And
I
this
was
is
like, I was like, who is this person?
I can't be perfect. Is that you, Charlotte?
This is the anthem of the.
That's Simple Plan, Marcus.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, they're the other ones in.
And then they were playing Doctor. Dr. Lily ain't licensed in no state of Chicago. What the hell is that?
How do you know? How do you know what
First of all,
qualifications Dr. Lily has?
I would like to also give them a strike for pretending like Charlotte was even backstage in Chicago. I 100% believe they did not fly her out for this half a segment right here. There's no way they flew her out for 10 seconds of TV to sit in the cowboy hat and go, oh, I hate this city.
Well, the greatest
I
thing
need to
about
get cleared.
a lot of people,
I just feel like that was bullshit.
a lot of people were looking forward to Charlotte being on this show because they wanted to see if the crowd in Chicago would boo her or not. And I think they made the right move not putting her on the show. I think they did.
I think they would have cheered. I think they cheered anything associated with Bliss.
So,
Bliss gets a pass for some reason. I don't know why.
can I tell you
Oh,
something?
fuck Ronda Rousey. You don't understand.
Oh, yeah,
how
Ronda,
wrestling
fuck
business works.
you. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Did you read that story, Eric?
Yes. Yeah.
Why am I fighting Alexa Bliss? Because she's the top merch seller? Yes, bitch.
But Ronda just has a lot of quotes like talking about, yeah, I'm thinking about coming back to fight, but I don't want to fight at the White House. I'm
No,
like,
but she was just like, yeah, I have to fight people like Alexa Bliss when I could be fighting my friends. Like the fourth, no one wanted to see Jessamine Duke in the ring. No one at that time wanted to see Marina Shafir in the ring, and
Barely nobody now.
and barely anyone wants to,
Combat.
and barely anyone wants to see the other one. I can't even remember her name.
Shayna?
Skipping-
Ronda? I don't know.
Shayna.
All of them.
okay, so we get to the last segment of the show, which I think might have been one of the more enjoyable segments this year. And I will tell you this right now. I don't know why Seth Rollins took the time to hook himself up with Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed when he should have just linked himself up with Becky. Becky is the man in that relationship. Becky was probably one of my more entertaining aspects of somebody like, you like CM Punk, you got to do what you need to do. You have to do it.
Yeah, you got to be a gentleman, Eric. He'll never strike a lady.
Because they brought up in the news story how he called out Chris Brown and people was like his text was like that. I thought they set this up perfectly for AJ to come down to the ring, and I was like, well, damn, AJ and Liv Morgan can't exist in the same world, and also Roxanne Perez, because they all have the same mannerisms as 38-year-old AJ Lee.
Well, they're all AJ Lee clothes.
Yeah.
Peace Corps Jade. Make that money, girl. Make that money. Make that money, girl. You bought
her name is Elena Black.
What did you feel about she gonna be on Black soon?
By the way, that's a very boring name too.
Mark, what did you feel about the final segment with Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Becky Lynch, and the return of AJ Lee? Where her crazy is her superpower.
I'm gonna say with Becky taking the helm of Seth Rollins' WWE World Title reign, I feel Seth is more entertaining with just being in the shadow of Becky, hype behind Becky, essentially. I thought Becky was on point. I believe that her slapping CM Punk this time he had to do it. I'm just saying. I think she was paintbrushing him with comedy. It seemed like she was testing the man. She tested every patient that man had.
That man got paintbrushed.
Let me tell you, you know the part I would have lost it? You know the part I would have lost it? When she put his head and his sternum, and I was like, oh, you fucker. You fucker. I got to push you away.
I got a DDT. I got a DDT.
I got to push you away. And the fact is, you got fucking Seth just laughing at his wife acting damn fool.
And I'll tell you this. They exposed the business right there. You tell me at a Waffle House, someone putting their hand in some man's chest and paintbrush slapping him, that man, no matter how good of a man he is, this man could be a man of God himself. He cannot. He will have to do something. He will shove her. He will toss it to the side or something. He will shake the shit out of her.
Marcus.
Something would have happened.
Mark, I will tell you. I've been a part of cases, Marcus, where there are men like CM Punk where nothing happens, Marcus.
I like to believe I'm a man like CM Punk.
Mark, I don't think you are, Marcus.
I think I know to an extent where Becky just went too far. She come at me with her Irish accent.
I know you're Marcus. I know you're not, for the simple fact how you snapped on us when you didn't give us a good way to watch ESPN Insider.
I did not snap.
You did.
You did.
That is
you snapped it now.
That is normal Marcus toe.
I don't even like the way you're waving that hand at us.
Yeah, there you go. You're using Donald Trump hands again. That's how you know
I want to win my argument. Okay, I want to win my argument.
Hand like this, where I feel that's a threat. I will not be threatened on this show.
So let me ask you this question: like at the end of the show, you have this whole thing. Did you like how AJ took her time to get to the ring? She sat on the rope, and you see all the things that she's influenced. Because, like, honestly, I can't remember much from AJ Lee, but when she came back, I was like, damn, all of these female wrestlers are based off of AJ Lee. And I know Trinity is pissed because she said she couldn't retire until AJ Lee returns, and now she pregnant and she ain't there.
It's a crash out like you never seen before.
I mean, if you were a good heel, you would have escaped. You would have ran away in that time. Becky decided to stay in there and watch all this skipping going on. But I didn't actually, like, looking back here, I didn't actually see the actual impact AJ Lee had. But like when you see across social media and all this stuff, that there's a lot of female wrestling fans where this means a lot to them.
Yeah.
And I for me, I never really saw it, but I get it for like someone seeing someone that's different to the diva era that she was in, because she didn't look like the rest of them. All of them were implants and all blonde and everything. She looked different, and I see why there was a massive fan reaction to it. So yeah, it was good, but for me, I feel like there was bigger. I feel Paige for me would have granted a bigger reaction. But
many people attribute Paige and AJ Lee to that transition from the diva era because they both could wrestle. Although Paige was a little bit more diva than she was wrestler, but it still was a balance. But Mark, you look like you about to say something because you're holding your lined up beard really straight. So go ahead.
Oh, yeah, he thinks he's so sexy with his lined up beard.
Yeah,
Sexy.
Did you just say I know I'm sexy?
Yeah, I promise the girls. Wow, you got the moves.
Stop! Can you stop? Can you stop?
You guys, Manny promote that. Manny promote that, okay? Just saying. Don't let me get on my drug Sean era. I get on my drug Sean era, guys. Y'all
Marcus, let me ask you a question: Drug Sean era or Perk Angle? Which one is the best? Who's the best?
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. You
Perk
don't
Angle
know.
got away with a lot.
You don't know. You don't
You
know.
know what? Honestly, I'm gonna go Perk Angle because I believe even though he was off the rails, he wasn't as much of a dick as Sean. Sean was out there just doing some wild shit, and I'm sure Vincent and them have stories that they ain't gonna ever share.
That's why Sean looked the way he looked right now, paying for all the sins.
When we go back to the AJ Lee era, Manny, the rise of AJ Lee helped. She was the original person who jumped into the men's division. Her feud with such wrestlers as Kane, Cena, Punk, and Bryan Danielson all at the same time. She was closing the shows. She was probably one of the more charismatic people of her time. And she was all over Raw. Vince was using the hell out of AJ Lee 10 years ago. And then, the dark days happened where CM Punk just said, I had enough of this shit. And he kidnapped her for 10 years.
Marcus, the craziest thing is I don't remember none of this. I'm in the Manny camp. I know that her name is synonymous with success and what she did. And I saw the influence when she came to the ring. But I can't remember anything that she did. I know she wrote a book. But I can say that I think for me, I was not that in tune with women wrestling to really understand the impact that she had for young ladies going forward. But I'm glad that she's back. It's a fun storyline. It finally gives Seth some type of credibility. It took his wife to be part of it, and I'm all where it's at.
But I'm also giving it a strike.
Why?
Wow.
Yeah, this might be the hottest take. I think this is why wrestling's in the toilet where it belongs, brother. It's because we're relying on all these old stars. Everybody's old. And it's the reason why the ratings and numbers and viewership are down everywhere is because once these people return, they return and then it's like, okay, they're back and then they're pretty much going on high. Like we're not creating anybody new. We're depending on old stars. And I think that is a detriment to both and all wrestling companies. That, yes, it's nice seeing AJ Lee back. I'm happy she returned, yada, yada, yada. Although, I think Tony Khan was watching this, probably going, this could have been me. This could have been Tony Storm versus AJ Lee. And she could have came out it all out. If only Jack Perry didn't want to use the real fucking glass, I could have had all of this. I'm just saying, that would have been my crash out the back.
But my thing about this whole
thing, I think relying on old stars is the problem.
I don't think that it's the relying on old stars. I think that the way that they treat the old stars, they don't treat their new stars like that. Like, they really seem like they take the time to write stories and give meaning to the actions that the old stars are doing that they don't give to the younger stars. Like, the younger stars just go out there, I want you to participate in a tag match. That's what I want you to do. Instead, you set up a whole storyline for AJ returning and stuff like that. It's like if we go to NXT and we think about like the match between Jordan Grace and the Evolve champion
Kelly Armstrong.
I knew her first name was Callie.
I
was gonna call her Callie Lewis. It's like
it was like Black Armstrong, like some people.
This
compares her to Junkyard Dog. Apparently, Manny compares every black wrestler to Junkyard Dog.
No, but
I think Manny likes black people with chains.
One day I'm gonna make my point. I feel like that match could have had a little bit more, hype instead of just a random like, oh, I'm sick of your shit, bitch. We're gonna fight right now. Like she is a champion. They should have treated her more like a champion. I know she's on Evolve, but like present her better. That's just how I feel.
Backstory.
Yeah, but I just thought that the
presentation. One too many times, bitch. That's 2 times you done crossed me. They showed the video that reminded me that she done crossed her 2 times.
Man, do you understand when I'm talking about the presentation of how they do the younger wrestlers compared to like the older wrestlers? Like they don't get presented the same way.
Yeah, it's a shame because you would hope that at least they've planned in something for AJ Lee to give one of the younger stars the rub. But they definitely know how to write short term. They don't know how to write long term, and long term is your younger talent. They don't know how to do that. They know how to write short term as like someone coming in to do like one small program. Because I don't see AJ Lee sticking around after this.
No,
like
Yeah,
after
yeah,
Wrestlepalooza. Did to be done.
Yeah, what is her pledge? Is she gonna hang around?
I don't
Because
think so.
I don't think she's. I'm going. And this may sound offensive. I don't think she's needed after this feud.
She's not needed, but I'll make that call at Wrestlepalooza because if she wrestles anywhere like Nikki, who hasn't been in the ring for a long time, then we can be like, "You bitch, be gone. The door is over there."
But you know, Manny, you could argue and say she was wrestling like Nikki when she was in her prime.
I don't remember any of her matches.
But you have to understand.
How many of those matches
Exactly.
were actually? How many of those matches were actually memorable?
But see, the problem is that the
None.
standard that AJ Lee set when she left created a new era of women wrestling where now they are better in the ring than some of the men. Like what Mercedes and Alex did this week on AEW was a really good match.
I don't think AJ set the standard.
Would you
go
have
ahead.
come to that conclusion if I didn't say that was my match of the week?
No, man, it was actually a really good match. The only, like I said, my only issue with Mercedes matches is that the downfall is that I'm too inside baseball, and I know Mercedes has to have the approval if she's going to win or lose. And I was like, she's not going to lose on a Dynamite episode against Alex. I thought Alex looked really good in the match. I thought they had very good chemistry in the match, but it's just one of those things that with AEW, in my opinion, is that they have a very good showing. Like we'll have this moment where Mercedes and Alex had a really good match, and the next thing you know, we won't see Alex for 3 weeks.
No, we ain't gonna see Alex for another.
It's there's no follow up. There's no nothing. Like we'll get another random Sky Blue match versus Megan Bain. It's like no, like you know, like do something with these people. That's just my.
Well, the women deserve more than one segment a week on Dynamite. And they have some talented women. And I would say their women are more interesting than most of their male characters. Like I don't care about Jet Speed, but I watched Penelope Ford and Megan Bain wrestle for my own mischievous reasons, and this ain't even dirty reasons. Just because I want to see
you're looking for a failed doomsday
device.
Right,
you try to watch Botchamania again. That's what you try to do.
Okay, but I would rather watch like we brought up Serena Deeb earlier in the week of talent and Nyla Rose. Riho's back on her. She's on her cycle of getting 2 matches a year.
No. Like I'm tired of this cycle. Like
hold on,
Rio came back.
Hold on, before we go into that, let me do one more point on AJ Lee that I was gonna say. AJ Lee was not memorable for her in-ring ability. It was her microphone skills that got her there. And I believe she pushed the levels for your Becky Lynch, for your Charlottes, and all these people who could talk now.
But I also think that her outside ring stuff about writing a book about mental health being her superpower. I think she was like a very strong staple of women empowerment, like before it was a really thing. And I think I'm happy to see her back. I don't think she's going to be there for a long time. But I think that it's a fun storyline to make Seth and Becky and them like let's use these couples for what they're for. Like to get a story across. Like
is she just tremendous shape?
Yeah, she's in great shape.
Tremendous shape.
She had
like 20 abs. She had 20 abs.
I mean, you have to look at CM Punk's like, you did well, old Phil. You did pretty good.
Phil looks so old.
He looked like he got his daughter to school.
He's like, when did you meet her? When she was 15, Phil?
But then he loved that woman. Look, do you see the way he was looking at her?
The dude got emotional. He got emotional seeing her skip to the ring.
Because you know why though? Because you do have to wonder if this is not Chicago, does she get the same reaction?
Well, no, and you do have to wonder how guilty he felt about the end of her career. Like he ended her career essentially by walking out on WWE. And that whole controversy, she lingered on for about a month or two before she got quote unquote released or her contract expired or she got injured or whatever you want to call it. And then that was pretty much it. That was the end of her career. There was no AEW. Like he ended her wrestling career. And it seemed like from the beginning of AJ's run that this was her dream to be a WWE superstar wrestler. And he kind of ended that in her prime, in her early 20s.
Yeah, now he's messing around with Roxanne Perez.
Doing pop rocks.
So
that's the cause for divorce. I'm bringing that to the divorce court. She did pop rocks to my man in the performance center.
J.K. Smush says AJ fits under the Mercedes level. Maybe it isn't for me.
Light it up.
Maybe. So when I sent my text messages about AEW, I will let you guys know where I was at on AEW.
Well, first of all, you need to stop leaving vague texts and give some context.
Oh, I probably should have did that. But this is where I just saw Gabe Kidd and Darby Allin and all that good stuff. And I'm like, Gabe Kidd just doesn't do it for me. And then next thing I know,
like the murder?
No. I was
Man,
like,
hold on. It's all attempted.
I'm tired.
Eric, can you list all the potential crimes and felonies that were involved in this thing?
Manny, let me just point out to you. We have week in and week out. AEW is trying to cause a tip murder on somebody, and some of these attempt murders are done by good guys.
Yeah, and so we have this question for you. We're going to go to the law with you. Who's going to jail? Who was doing more time after they attempted murder?
Darby.
Hold on. Gabe Kidd, who went with Hammer to try to go to Hammer to Darby's face first. But Darby dies. Or Darby, who had the premeditated iodine, gasoline body bag, and dragging somebody down the street.
It's Darby, because Darby, you could actually say Gabe could fight the defense that, you know what, he knew Darby was trying to get him, and he had the hammer just for protection.
He called him out.
Yeah. Well, Marcus, sometimes you do it. But so this happened, right?
But the way he was swinging that hammer, that didn't seem like that was for protection. That was with intent.
It seemed like he was going for the murder himself.
So I had that opening thing right there, and then I had Mercedes versus Alex, which was a good match, and then Hook popped up on my TV, and that's when I was just done. I can't deal with Hook. I used to like Hook, but I'm tired of this. He need to be up on TV. And then they ended with the Don Callis family.
Hook music is lame.
Cool.
I'm trying to think right myself, Marcus. I'm trying to think. And Manny, this is hard for me. If I could get rid of one, would it be Hook or would it be Josh Briggs? I think it's Josh Briggs. No questions asked. Josh got to go. But Hook,
Josh makes me so angry every time he comes out of here.
he does, doesn't he?
So maybe I'm a contrarian in this. So if you guys are both going Josh Briggs, I'm saying I'll get rid of Hook. Hook annoys me more than Josh Briggs.
Damn, I might have to get rid of Mark Briscoe also.
Well, we know why you hate Mark Briscoe. You're sick.
No, because Shante said, what is he even talking about? I was like,
Don't blame your wife on this.
No. I was like, well, unfortunately, his brother was a talker, and this is what Mark would do after his brother did the talking. And it's like, unfortunately, this is what it is. This is what we're dealing with right now. I
take Mark over Josh Briggs and Hook any day of the week.
I agree with you with that.
Every single week.
I
don't
agree
care
with
what that man's talking about. I'll take him every single week over those two.
Also, I don't know if I need the young OG talking. I think he might need a handler. He might.
No, he's fine.
I don't know.
You don't understand his young lingo.
I don't.
Wait till he gets to the main roster. He starts sounding like a white man.
and you know, NXT shouldn't start off with such a meaty match. Meat on meat. Jada Parker versus Lash Legend. That was just meat on meat. I don't know what that match was for. I know they had issues, but they was fighting.
Number one contendership, Eric.
I know.
Number one contendership.
Lash got the win. I was shocked. Maybe Jada being punished for yeeting too much.
Nah. She got a heat back, so that's no point. Yeah, she got a heat back. She drove her butt through Lash's face and through that wall.
But it wasn't true that Rikishi said that he okay with his son doing whatever he did. I think he was talking about.
Wait, so is Jay divorced?
I don't know.
Because the way Rikishi was talking about like Jada, like being his girlfriend.
Yeah, like he's happy that she's in the family. I was like, I don't know if Jay's divorced or not.
Wait, wasn't she with Lucius Bronco?
Don't worry about who she was with, okay?
No. The OTM is out. The OTM is out. Oh God.
It was nice to see DIY where they belong. I still didn't care.
They don't belong there either.
At least they got a reaction.
Yeah, they got a reaction.
They don't get a reaction on TV.
Andre Chase versus Josh Briggs. They both can go. Hank and Take was funny, and I hate the fact that Hank and Take is hilarious. When they was backstage hyping up Ricky Starks and Oba, I was like, I don't know if I need Oba hanging out with them, but it still made me laugh. I mean, overall, like SmackDown to me was by far the better show this week. It's the what I found the most enjoyment in. Yeah, I mean that's what it was.
They had to stack SmackDown. SmackDown had some competition this Friday for no reason. The NFL's on Friday night.
Yeah, apparently.
And they had your Superchargers. Yeah, the Superchargers versus the world-hated Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. And the Superchargers got that win, baby. Yeah, they got that win. But the thing about it, though, is that
Mahomes.
I just want to point out, though, it's like
Philly won on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
The way they have football all position, I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what channel half this stuff is on. It's just like the NBA. It's just all over the place. I'm like, huh? What's going on? And then a certain team want to travel to Pittsburgh and Baltimore and can't win. I don't know what's going on. I'm just confused. Kawhi taking money to not show up at a landscaping company. Who gets paid $28 million to be at a landscaping company, damn it?
Don't worry about his business, all right? Obama says it with conviction that there ain't nothing wrong with this. And I'm going to just believe him. And you know what? I have no problem with a man that just want to give somebody money, okay? He want to give $28 million. The NBA want to stop that?
Oh, wait.
No?
And Vince McMahon wants to pay off a woman with hush money, and then
That's
suddenly
hush
the
money. That's different.
No,
that's hush money. Hush money. Kawhi is already hushed. Kawhi don't talk. He already hushed. He got him $28 million because he's special.
Wes, who showed up from the grocery store, I'm just gonna assume he was there because that's where he always went on watch alones. He says AJ got a good reaction part because people remember her music, not the generic stuff they play now. I don't remember anything about AJ except for AJ being AJ and Barry
I got hype for the song. I missed that song because you know what? Those were the days when they actually did good music.
Although, because you were skipping for so long, I actually didn't realize that there was a whole middle part to this
I
song.
told everybody Jensen was the talent of that team, but I don't know where he's at right now. Him and Fallon. Fallon. What could have been?
Fallon was the talent. In the bar. It goes Fallon, the bar.
And Jensen. And Branson can go.
And honestly, both of them can go. They're both pretty shit. But AJ did do a slow skip, and it did lead to the part of the song where I was like, there's more to this.
Did you guys talk about Mr. Matt Riddle, who I think WWE has to be extremely excited that they cut ties with? Because
I could care less about that, man.
Yeah,
he's a piece of shit. He does show at charity events. And,
he's right up there with Logan Paul for me.
Talking shit about Punk. He's not even in that locker room. He has nobody he's connected with. Again, bring back Del Rio. Has nothing to do with anything I know. But AAA is next week. And we're getting that special on the card. They went over this card. That looks really good. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be another good AAA card, whatever. But when they said a surprise appearance by Penta, like it's an award show, like, what he going to do? And a special performance by Penta. And I go, what can he do?
Or
Del Rio better come on, kick his ass.
Or Thelma Hawkins as Penta. Penta as Penta.
Penta's going to be there too. And I go, why are you just throwing him on there? He couldn't get a match?
I mean, well, AJ's back, and it's not AJ Styles, it's AJ Lee.
Yeah, someone's going to go. I think if I'm the way I run my wrestling company, nobody can have the same name. So I'm sorry, Styles will be your name for right now. We're only calling you Styles, Phenomenal Styles.
Oh, that was funny.
What?
When Big E was swinging his arms and he just clocked.
Oh yeah, he elbowed it right in the chest to Ziggler when he was that faction. I can't believe you don't remember that faction of Big E, Dolph Ziggler, and AJ.
Oh, I do remember that.
Classic faction. Highlight elbow to the chest.
Marcus, that is a faction of three people that should not be in the same room together.
I'm not listening to you, Wes. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not falling for the trap.
What? I believe Big E could be in the room with anybody. I think he fits anywhere. It's Ziggler that would be the confusing part where I'm like, what are we doing with this?
I never know how to feel when I see a grown-ass man, like 40s and plus, pulling out a Nintendo Switch. What are you doing up with this outside?
I want to say that Corey was a wonderful treat on SmackDown. I thought he really cleaned up where Michael Cole was dropping the ball. I don't know what Michael Cole was doing.
Well, they've switched the commentary teams again. Corey and Michael are going to do SmackDown.
And Joe and Wade gonna do Raw?
I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. But maybe Joe has to
do it again.
I think Joe has to do football.
Oh, I think you're right. I think you're right.
And so that's why they switched it up. So Manny, when you're talking about a 40-year-old bringing out a Switch, let me tell you what that is. Us millennials are getting old, okay? Us millennials are getting old, okay? The equivalent of a 40-year-old bringing out the Switch is the equivalent of people in the previous era, the boomers, bringing out a checkerboard and starting to play checkers in the park. That is the equivalent. God, wake up to America, man. People play checkers in the park all the time.
Right. Next thing you're gonna see, that's equivalent to people bringing out a piece of chalk and drawing a hopscotch on the concrete. Like, we gonna play some hopscotch.
No, not when you're 40. That's creepy. That's creepy. You may break a knee doing that, or a hip and an ankle.
Just imagine challenge.
This where any blindness happens in that.
I'm gonna challenge you to some hopscotch, bitch. You gotta skip that.
Eric, we were old man Eric. It's gonna teach kids how to play outside in no freaking weird way. I'm just bringing that up. I'm just saying, what game are
Freeze
you choosing
tag.
to play?
No hesitation. Free tag.
You're gonna get so tired and pass out.
He would be the one that gets freeze tagged, and then he wouldn't have to do anything. He'd just stand there and put out his Switch and just play in the sun, stand in the sun playing his Switch.
Manny, what game you breaking out?
I don't know if you've ever played Bulldog, but it's violent. It's just big.
It's called Bulldog. I think it sounds violent.
It sounded rough. It sounded like it's me, my friend Jax, and Axe, and we go fight in the underground with brass knuckles. And
It's basically like
only one person come out alive.
It's basically so
Bulldog.
you start on one side.
Bulldog.
Basically, you start on one side. Sometimes there's like a team of people, or there's some people that you've captured from the team that is running to try and get to the other side. If you capture them, they join you to stop the other people. Do you know how violent that used to get? You dad, I got you.
Yeah, I can see tackles and kids are unbreakable. Manny picked a very violent sport. Eric, you picked.
Although the Boo Boo Baron is not here, he would probably pick high and go get it. That's just who he is.
Nah. If I Ryan would pick what we would call fight. If it was we just fight, and one of the rules was you can't fall on the bed flush, and you have to have Dr. Pepper for healing purposes.
Marcus, stop. Marcus.
That's called childhood.
What would you pick so we can end the show, Marcus?
Well, I would like to say I had two options, but I'm going to stick with one. I will give you the first one, but it's not the definitive option. The second one is heads up, 7-Up. You all will get smoked. It's a good old person game because you don't have to do much. But I'll tell you this right now, the game winner, duck, duck, goose, motherfucker. Duck, duck, goose. I get you.
I don't think you would. I think I'm faster than you.
Marcus, I don't think you could get down and crisscross applesauce and get up and get a back. I don't think you could do it.
Oh man,
I'll tell you right now.
Shawn Michaels skip up.
I think if we want to do
bridge and you want to tell me you believe you do kip up.
I'm going to tell you right now. If we want to do a comedy skit for our network right now, it would invite our old ass family over. We all try to play Duck Duck Goose in my backyard. It would be a tragedy. Somebody would fall out a knee. Somebody would twist the ankle. It just would not be well.
Someone would just fall over trying to get up once you hit the goose.
Well,
he's sitting on a chair. You'd have to change up the game for the older people, and you'd have to have everyone sitting on a chair so you don't have to do that whole.
God forbid if I ever get put into retirement home. Let's us old people be playing Duck Duck Goose and chasing each other with walkers and
damn,
shit.
JK talking about paper football, man. Ain't that like
ooh. That's a hell of a game. You can almost lose an eye in that one. Luckily, I wore glasses.
Hey, you know a game that I couldn't stand? Pogs. Because fucking bullies would change all the rules and take your slammer when you had a good slammer, old bitch asses.
Pogs was serious business, man.
Man, that was the first time you learned about drug dealing.
That was the first time I learned about craps. I felt like that was legit.
You know, so Simon Says is one thing, but I always wanted to play Simon, and I played Simon when I was in my 30s, and I was like, damn, this was not really worth what I thought it was.
I don't like Simon Says. Never had.
Wait, Simon, are you talking about the green, yellow?
I'm talking about the green, yellow thing where you have to remember the pattern. I know what he said. Because I always want to play it. You know what also game is really fun? Mark, I whoop your ass in. Mark, I whoop your ass in perfection. That's 60 seconds to get all them little things and then that board.
That. You know I don't know about shapes and colors. How dare you take fun of my low preschool?
And Betty, I'll fuck you up in some Battleship. And Mark already know I own him in some Monopoly too.
No, fuck you up in Monopoly.
I will murder you.
I will murder you
and bop it.
I play Monopoly like this man plays Monopoly, man. I'm going for keeps. Manny, don't you dare bop it in front of me.
Manny, don't you go to fucking New York? Because you know what I'll do? I'll see your bop it, and I'll bring the fucking skip it. We'll see who can do it on the
Me and you both know our ankles won't be able to do skip it.
Shit.
You know what? I have changed the game. We skipping it.
Manny, I'll let you know. Based on our age and how fat we are right now, gravy might come out of our ankle because that shit was always sharp when it was spinning around your ankle. It's like, anyway.
Now, I haven't seen Squid Game, but I'm sure they don't have did this game. But I'll tell you this: I'm dead if someone brought out a hula hoop. I'm dead. I could never do it. My entire life, I could never do it.
We can go down a rabbit hole.
The truth. That's why my hips
My hips are testifying under oath.
We can go down a rat
Yeah,
hole,
we
but we
commit
need to end the
perjury.
show because I have obligations. As they announce changes
got
are
a
coming
game.
to the Saturday show, I don't know what those changes will be, but we'll keep you posted.
We will work out something to keep you entertained on a Saturday.
Yeah, but you know what? It's all up to you, Eric. If you could do the late night, Manny has agreed to stay up late and get a desk and some coffee and do like a late night talk show from his bedroom. Rika asks Ed McMahon laughing.
It always Uno, man. JK is Uno. We all know it. But anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the show. I am Eric.
I'm the racially ambiguous or gravy Lord Manny Hayes.
And I'm the racially inciting Marcus the Grand Finale.
And a man who got upset because he offered Apple TV in an app to watch ESPN Insider when we was talking about the browser options. Go ahead, wave those hands. Wave those hands again.
Except the option that he asked you about.
I asked about a browser option.
First of all, I invented. So no one in the world has ever heard of Apple Play. No one in the world has ever heard of Apple Plus until I brought it to light. Okay. No one. Okay. Now that I am the director of war of this channel.
Marcus, don't get me started on that. I gotta leave. If you see the shit that he has posted, talk about director of war, I love the smell of immigrants. I'm the director of war is coming for you. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people? This your president.
By the way,
Is there
I
anything I
smoke
need
your
to
ass
know when I enter this country this time around?
Manny, I hope you get okay.
Manny, I believe you better start announcing that you ain't ambiguous no more. I think you need to grow out your mustache a little thicker, look more like Dax, and you'll be okay.
So I had an option to fly with either British Airways or Virgin Atlantic. My uncle wants me to fly to Albany International Airport rather than Newark or JFK in New York. So I have to take a connecting flight. Virgin Atlantic gave me connecting flights in Atlanta and Detroit. And going by what I've learned on this show, I need to stay away from those places.
No, Atlanta's great, man. Detroit.
So I'm stopping in Philadelphia.
Well, all right. Well, we'll stop it right now. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, stay sharp. We out.
Bye, everybody. Light it up.